All right, welcome back. Today we expose the operating system behind fear, hierarchy, and control. And we're really living in a reptilian reality. And they think that we don't see it. And this whole episode today, I saw one of David Icke's videos today, and he nailed it. I'm going to link it down below. You've got to go and watch it because it's going to show you who we're dealing with. And he nailed it he hit it out of the ballpark. This is exactly what's happening. So I'm going to sum up some of the things he said, but also throw in a couple different other ideas that I have about it. So today I want to talk about something most people sense but can't quite name. The part of the human behavior that feels, we're seeing it. It's cold, it's reactive, it's territorial, power obsessed, and endlessly afraid. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm seeing. And I know a lot of people I see online, they're talking about it. And they're saying that people they don't seem normal. And this is because the reptilian brain is completely active. And I'm going to walk through this. And this is why you've got to go see David Icke's video, link below. Okay? Please do yourself a favor and watch his video. It's only like 6 minutes. And it's packed with information. So the part of humanity that responds not with the thought, not with consciousness, but with instinct, with survival, and with fear. Now, instinct, it can be good, your intuition, but if it has like that survival instinct and the fear, that type of, it's not good. You can see flawed logic with people. That's why I did the video a few days back or last week about how information and data equals your logic. But if that information isn't described in truth, then you will have flawed logic. So that's why it's important, right? And what David Icke describes and what modern neuroscience confirms, they confirm this. So I'm not talking off of, she's making it up. No, it's confirmed. Is that humans carry a reptilian brain. You can look it up online. In fact, when you listen to David Icke's video, he has some information that he puts up, and you'll be able to see. You can put it in online too and look at it. But if you listen to his video, you'll see the brain. He shows pictures and stuff of it. And so the humans carry the reptilian brain. It's an ancient structure that still drives far more of our reactions than we would like to admit. Like, example, people that come unglued and start threatening you. That's completely unstable and threatens you with the boys club or whatever. That's the reptilian brain that's out of control, that is unstable. And I was listening to another video by Inspired, and it was a few weeks ago, maybe, I can't remember, but he was talking about how a lot of people, if you go out and you're at the market, people are acting strange. And I believe this. I believe why they're acting strange is because they're on the brink of awakening, knowing that all the stuff is BS. And it's like, oh my God, we're getting lied to left and right. And that begins to awaken. And then the people are going through it's called a shift. And they go through that shift and that like reality shift, like, oh my God, everything I believed was BS. And, it doesn't make sense anymore. Because remember, one thing, just because you believe it doesn't make it true. It doesn't. So this reptilian brain is primitive. It's a primitive mindset. We're advanced, but we've been dumbed down for so long we don't even know it. It doesn't think. The reptilian brain doesn't think. It just whips out words and threatens people and tries to hurt people, okay? And makes people want to fear, like there's somebody, they say things just because they feel about this small. And it doesn't analyze, it reacts. Like you say, okay, you ask a simple question. Is your tenant stable because of, this and that, and we bought our house, and you know what I mean? And you're talking in this tone, right? And then they just come at you like a reptilian, like a monster, and say things that doesn't even make sense. So they react in these ways that normal people, stable people don't do. And here's the key. Our entire society has been engineered to trigger that part of us constantly. Like I went to this aperitivo a few times. I'll never go back to that place, but I mean, it's very scary. But the group of people, like, I was just kind of quietly sitting and listening to the group because I only knew 2 people, but I don't even know them that well. But the other people that were there, the one girl, I don't know, I was leaving, so I was just giving people kind of like a little hug, nothing, and she was like, oh, I don't want a hug. And I wasn't even going to give her a hug, like because she had black eyes, and she had like those reptilian eyes, and she scared me. And I was like, yeah, I'm not giving everybody a hug. I'm just saying bye to people. But it was like she lashed out, and for no reason at all, And this is why I say people, you're seeing triggered people react in ways that, I'll be honest, I haven't seen this much triggered people now, like today, in my whole life. I've lived in like San Francisco, you would think, would be like complete trigger. But I didn't even see that when I lived there. So we have to look at this, okay? And Carl Sagan, he called it the R complex, the reptilian cluster within the human brain. He wrote that you simply cannot understand human behavior without understanding this reptilian structure. Now, I know a lot about the brain because I had a brain tumor. And I found out when I had a 4.5-minute grand mal seizure. So I had brain surgery and everything. I studied it because I was like, what's going on? Because this is the part of the brain that scans for danger, anticipates threats, obsesses over hierarchy, worships power. They worship power. Think about this for a minute. Depends on controlling everything. They want to control all aspects. not just themselves. If they want to control themselves, I say go for it. That's what we should be doing. But they want to control the outside world. And cannot survive without dominance. They need to dominate every single solitary thing around them. People always say it's ego, but no, this is much deeper. If you don't understand this, this is why you've got to watch David Icke's video linked below. Give yourself 6 minutes. It's worth it every second. And look around the world right now. That's exactly the psychology running our systems, our operating systems, everything. Look at everything. Look at banking, medicine, politics, government, corporations. They're all being run by the reptilian brain. And cold-blooded decision-making, hierarchies upon hierarchies, no empathy, aggression disguised as leadership. Might is right, which isn't right, and winner takes all, just like the video I did a month ago on finite living and versus infinite living. And what's the difference? The difference is finite is for winners and losers, and infinite living is where everybody gets to win. But we've been living in this reptilian operating system, and it's hell, because I'm an empath. I love everybody. I do. And for the last 4 years, I've seen things I never thought I would, like, you see it in the movies, and you're like thinking, like, why is that person following me for a year and a half? I mean, you start thinking, like, maybe they're, sick or something. And nothing makes sense. And I was always talk to my ex-husband, and he's like, that's weird. I said, I know. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah, I got the camera on me and everything. Like I told you, there's so many weird things going on. I see the shift happening, and I see people, they're either going down or they're raising to the goodness and the great consciousness of the field, and they're being good people, or they're going down to the dipping down to the hell. So this isn't random either. This is a reptilian brain hijacked into the hive mind, where fear is the currency used to control perception. We know this, you guys. This is what all of us have been talking about. Media is just boom, boom, same message on each channel. And here's how it works. Listen to this. Trigger the reptilian brain, activate fear. Deactivate higher consciousness, gain compliance. That's it. That's the formula. And this is what they've been doing. And this is why the world feeds us constant reasons to be afraid. Be terrified of terrorism. That's why they put in the surveillance state. They got us, like with 9/11, they just hook, line, and just handcuffed us behind our back. Not only handcuffed us like this in front, but behind our back. They handcuffed us. Be terrified of the climate. Be terrified of viruses. Be terrified of each other. We can't allow that, okay? And the fear is the switch that turns off clarity. And that's exactly what's happened. And fear is the mechanism that collapses free thought. It does. That's why you have to be fearless. If someone threatens you, whoever they threaten you with, go right to that house. See if the guy's out front. You stop, you pull over, you get out, and you ask him the questions. So-and-so told me that I need to fear you, that you're going to come for me. And you ask them point blank. There's nothing wrong with doing that. They may think you're crazy, but you know what? Someone threatens you, and they say that that guy's going to come and get you. You got to go right over there, and you got to ask what the hell's going on. And if they don't want to talk about it, then it's more of a reason maybe what she said was true. So you cannot let fear stop you at all. You've got to rise to the occasion and ask questions. Always ask questions. And fear is how the system herds humanity into obedience. We've seen it. And it's not only survival of the body, that's the trick. It's survival of identity, reputation, social status, your belief system, your worldview, your place in the hierarchy. Challenge someone's belief system and watch how fast the reptilian brain lashes out. I know that. I've seen it. I had my heart broken, and twice, right like a week apart. And it was horrible. It was right, I was ending my 40-day fast, and I was like, good God. I was like, oh my God. And people, I tell you, so remember this, okay? And it's not logic, it's survival. And that's why it lashes out. And people defend their worldview the same way Reptilian defends its territory. We're going to slaughter this region so we can build. I don't care who they are, they're all gone because we've got a project to build. And it's instinct, not intelligence. And it's not good. And you have to be careful with instinct when I say this, because instinct, intuition, that is a guide of, like, you have God and you have, good in your heart. That can be good. But what we're talking about when I say instinct, and David Icke says it, it's that instinct of a snap. It's like a punch right in the face or in your gut. And those people that just lash out and with a threat or even worse. And you have to use some of the logic, intelligence to know that, you know what, you don't say that to people. When you're asking a question, there's nothing to protect. You're asking a question. You're not criminalizing somebody by asking a question about another person. You're not. So money is another reptilian trigger. Fear of not having enough. Fear of losing what you have. Fear of losing status if you don't keep up. And at the extreme level of this, the addiction of the elite bloodlines, a distorted belief that survival depends on accumulating more than anyone could ever need, to where they have so much they're never going to be able to spend it. And this is the reptilian mind dominance. It's obsession, addiction, conquest, hoarding, and hierarchy. And this is how it works. And we're seeing it. The top and the bottom, because what's happening to the middleman? It's gone. They want only the top and the bottom, just like the medieval times. So here's the heart of the issue. Humanity is living inside a perception system. This is how you need to look at it. Built to keep us in that reptilian brain. And as long as we stay there, we remain predictable, controllable, and disconnected from our consciousness. The true battle is not physical, it's perceptual. That's what it is. That's the whole battle. Control perception, and you control the entire human experience. And this is exactly, they create realities for us, and we bite right into it, shove it down our throat and say, yeah, okay, we'll take the shot. Well, okay, oh God, oh my God, and this is what they've been doing. That's why yesterday, and I know it sounded crazy in the video yesterday when I was talking about the surveillance state, why they want to surveil everybody. It doesn't matter if you're, we're all good people, most of us. I mean, if you're not killing somebody and you're not using corruption and crooking and stealing and spying on people and stuff like that, you're good. You're just living your life and you're trying to do well. But yesterday I talked about that's why they want to spy on us. And Elon once said it. He was in some interview and the guy asked him, do you think, they were talking about how, they were first talking about how you can play somebody like a game. And I said this in my video yesterday, and you probably didn't understand what that meant, but people, if they can surveil you your entire life, then they can play you like a game. And the interviewer had asked Elon, do you think somebody is playing you like a game? And he answered, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so, because maybe he was able to, stop the surveillance. He can't stop it all, because once you walk outside your house, there's cameras. I have a story to tell you about that. I ran into this group of people, but I don't want to, override this. But I mean, I don't know if God's showing me this stuff. It's like almost like a miracle. I mean, it's just, once you open up and you're out of that space where, you're captured in some way, and you just believe in every information that's coming at you, the news, so that once you bypass all that, everything opens up. And I think that's when you really start to see the truth. And so this surveillance state that Edward Snowden, thank God, let us know, it's so big that they can survey anybody they want and then end up playing you like a game. And that's essentially what they're doing, is they're doing that with the narrative and fake videos, the fake I mean, they can take your face and your voice and everything and have you be doing something, and that you never even did. So like I said, they control once they control the perception, and they can control the entire human experience. That's how it works. But here's the twist. I'm coming to the end now. Here is the twist. The same system that thinks it has nearly completed its takeover, it's about to face the shock of its life. Because the moment human humans become conscious of this structure, this is what I'm only going to be talking about now because it's so important. The moment they see how fear is being used, the reptilian brain loses its grip and awareness breaks the spell. This is what I always say at the end of my videos. Awareness is everything. And once enough humans realize this, the game they think they've already won ends in a way they never expected. So that's it for today. Please check out David Icke's video below. It's linked. Watch it. Give yourself 6 minutes. It's brilliant. And thanks, everybody. And I will see you at the next video. Bye for now.